minus that to get that. Because that is 6.28 minus without that bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay, now, so to find that out, we need to then figure out what the area of that is. Yeah? So that's where we use so-called. We used sine to find out that angle. Because we said, okay, well that's 150 all the way around there. So half of that angle, if we make it right, is 75. So the adjacent, which is that one, would be cosine angle, and this one would be the sine angle.
Yeah. So how do you do both?
Yep. So then you find out, once you find out the height of that, and you find out that, that's where you can go, okay, you can do it one or two ways. So what this, on this side here, what I did was, I went 5.17 times 1.93, which is that, and then that's the surface area of that square. So then get your calculator out and multiply 0.997
0.997
times 2.
1.994. Is that 6?
Yeah. So it's a little bit different because of the rounding off. Right? But over this one, what I did was, I said, okay, well, listen, I'm not going to double the whole two. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to draw an angle. I'm going to draw a bigger. I need to know that. So it's 1.93 times 2, which is 3.86, times the height. Because the height there is the same there as the same there. Yeah? So that's 5.517, and the whole area there is 3.86. Then we can do 2 ways. Find out that. Right? 1.93 times 5.7. And then multiply it by 2. Or we can just multiply that by 2 to get that, and then multiply that by that to get that. Both ends up coming the same. Well, 2.002.
Oh my god,
Can you just make him burp for a bit? We have to fix the burp. I don't really know how to. I know how to. I don't know how to do it. Theoretically, I can. I've already estimated.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Listen, don't get overwhelmed. All of those formulas that we use there
are just basic.
Yep. It's just being able to put them all together and break things down a little bit.
Yeah, like here. I know mine looks complicated, but the thing is, I haven't been taught this. The only thing I did was to look at what I know and correct and go from there. If I want to even go further and go for even more, in my head, if I even want to go, really, really exact, after taking out the area from here, I can then look for these two things, because I know these two things are equal. But if I put them together,
then you would have to take into account this section here. If you look at that, right, what you've done is you've gone 2 and 2. So you've taken into account that section, but missed out
on that side.
That section.
Yeah. But I can always calculate this using the ellipse formula.
Yeah, you could. But if you're going to go to all that trouble, then that's when you'd say, listen, it might be just as easy to do that.
Yeah. Because I feel like I just get confused if I do that.
Yeah, but what he's saying is though,
I'm just using really basic math.
Yep.
All that.
All we use there is Pythagoras and so nothing.
And you get In
And-
here,
and
I
there
use some
was-
areas.
Yeah, and areas.
You can learn that before you go to
Area
high
of
school.
a circle, do you know that? Area of a square,
Triangle, you know, area of a triangle.
if you can do a square, you can do a triangle, because
Just have to,
you just gotta divide by two.
you just need to
If
visualize.
you know those, then you can break that problem down into smaller sections,
Yeah.
Just sections where you know that you can definitely work
and
out.
you'll get it.
That's what Mr. Fabian told me.
Well, he's the worst teacher for me.
Anyways,
Thank you, Dad, for doing.
Thank you, Lord. It was actually good to see your estimation thing there was a lot quicker. You can do it just by visually, and I wouldn't have seen that. What he's seen, that just didn't occur to me.
because
I looked at that and I thought, okay, this is what we've got to do to find out exact. But Louis kind of right, if you can sit down and look at it and go, okay, well, 2 times 2 is 4, so that's the area of that square there. Okay, 4, what's closest to, oh, well, it's 3. You could do that in a matter of seconds. You wouldn't even need the paper.
thing is, remember when I got here, when I told you that it took me 3 days to do this, but quicker than the other teachers? The question was just a triangle to find the missing angle, but the only thing that you're able to do is to use really basic math without using trigonometry. The only thing you need to
Trigonometry.
the only thing that you're allowed to use
You're so
is
smart.
just simple angles and just triangle.
Yeah.
That's it. And the only thing you need to do is draw more lines to get to that specific spot. And what I'm doing here is to draw as many lines as I can to break down into a simple.
But what you can take away from it is,
Use basic.
so long as you use that basic, his visualisation of it was different to my visualisation.
Yeah.
But we both used the same basic maths. As long as we use that same basic maths and understand what it is that we're working out, like that error that you made when you said 3.86. That 3.86, that wasn't the measurement of a surface area.